Yesterday, Stefon was asked about his brother's tweets. Here's what he had to say.
I'm not responsible for how other people feel. Anybody in this room, for this matter, a reporter, a player, even my own brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my brother. And the space that my brother's coming from is my family. You know what I'm saying? So you want to know how he feels, you gotta take it up with him. Because I've never been nothing but fully invested, or especially from a professional aspect. I've never really said anything about being unhappy. So when you draw conclusions as to stuff I've never said, that's what kind of troubles me, because it kind of throws a wrench in it. It kind of creates chaos where I haven't created.
All right, Stephen A., your reaction to what Stefon Diggs had to say.
RC, I need you to look at me, my brother, because I see I got to be careful, because Bart Scott, I don't know if you noticed, I'm a fan of the pivot. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I watch RC and breaking down stuff the way that he breaks down. I love Fred Taylor. I love my brother. But I love the pivot. But I know how RC could get into that, that cerebral mode and pastor-like sermon. So I want to make sure I'm careful with what I'm saying. RC, and Stefon Diggs, if you watching, let me tell you something. I love you, brother. I've watched Stefon Diggs play for years. He's been a guest on this show on several occasions. I got mad love for him and Trayvon and the whole bit. No shade whatsoever. But, Stefon, I can't quite let you get away with what you tried to get away with yesterday. I just can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Here's why. We have to draw parallels, RC, Bart Scott, to his days in Minnesota. So I took down some notes here, y'all, okay? Because remember, he was traded from Minnesota to Buffalo in March of 2020, right? Blockbuster deal involving the first-round pick. Remember, that trade was 2 years removed from Diggs signing a 5-year extension to stay in Minnesota through the 2023 season. Stay with me. Then in April of 2022, he signs the 4 years, $96 million deal with Buffalo through the 2027 season. So the timing, see how the timing works? Now we get to this point. If you recall, RC and Bart Scott, things soured in Minnesota. Rightfully so, we favor Trayvon Diggs because they were trying to act like Adam Thielen was that dude when it was Stefon Diggs who was that dude. And Stefon Diggs had a problem. Remember that he was fined over $200,000? For unexcused absences from practices and team meetings. Do y'all remember that? I remember it. Do you remember it? I looked it up. Am I saying anything false thus far? This is what happened, right? And then if you remember, at that particular moment in time, Diggs swore and told Kirk Cousins that the trade request had nothing to do with Cousins and that Diggs was just looking for another opportunity. It sounds familiar, don't it? It's like a damn rerun, except instead of in Minnesota, it's in Buffalo. And that's what's going on here. Stefon Diggs, baby, come on, Stefon Diggs. I mean, we just talking, my brother. I'm just saying, what Stefon Diggs is doing right now, y'all. God rest my wonderful mama. God rest her soul. My mother. You got to put RC up for this, because I'm telling you, RC is worth it, because you'll crack up laughing. My mother was a very fair-minded West Indian woman. That wasn't about black and white, about right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong. She didn't give a damn who you were, right? And so she had to go and serve on a jury, right? This is a true story. My mama had to go and serve on a jury. And me and my pops looked at her, and we went like this. It's a brother, ain't it? And she was like, yeah. We were like this. Poor boy don't have a chance. Because we knew my mother wasn't giving no passes. She wasn't giving no passes, right? So she goes, and then she serves on jury, right? And she serves on the jury, and then I said, you put him away, didn't you? She went like this, for a long, long time. That's what she said. That's what she said. And then she started talking about the case. Yeah. And the case was the dude had robbed a deli. And the dude had walked into the deli, right? And he had on the same outfit. And then he left and came back the next 5 minutes, with the same outfit on but a mask. He was like, who you fooling?
Raymond, is that you?
That's Stefon Diggs. Same outfit, same spot. It's just in a different mask, and the mask is Buffalo instead of Minnesota. That's my story. Take it away, fellas. Take it away. Take it away.
I don't even know how to follow that.
Yeah.
I just tell you, man.
But me and RC discussed this earlier, right? When we talk about nobody knows your true feelings and thoughts like your family. And, Trayvon is qualified to speak on behalf of his brother, and he's speaking for him because Stefon can't say the things that he wants to say. Stefon, I believe, sees that the window in Buffalo is closing, right? No Leslie Frazier, right? No Ken Dorsey. We see that they're running out of excuses, people to blame, and this is probably going to be a bit of a mini rebuild when you think about Poyer's, past, older. You think about, Michael Hyde. You think about Von Miller not being the player that, that he could be because of the knee injuries. And this is an opportunity at 32 years old. He signed that deal, so they really can't get rid of him because of dead cap money. So he has to convince them maybe to get rid of him because they're going to always side with the franchise quarterback over a receiver.
But Stephen A., you know it. Christine, Bart, you know it. Especially for us, it's you could do me things, but you can't do them to my people. Right? Like, there are things you could say about me. There are things that I could take that I won't let you say about my brother, that I won't let you do or put my brother through. And so if he's calling me, because we know how close their relationship is, if he's calling me after the game or if we on the group chat texting and he's like, man, like I got to get the ball. Man, I don't know if we can win. Man, they playing me over here, or this happened this day, this happened that day. What happens to Stefon Diggs? Stefon Diggs is feeling this for his brother. He's empathetic to what he's going through. And so when he's watching the game and they're turning the football over 4 times, they're losing to the Denver Broncos, his first thought is, my brother got to get out of there. And you know what happens. Your brother's on the field. There's nobody to talk to. There's nobody to tell it to. So you tweet it because that's what social media has given people, opportunities to share their thoughts right in the moment. And so then it doesn't pick up enough steam. Or maybe you talk to your brother again after the game and he's telling you about his frustrations, telling you maybe I don't see this being a situation that will be good for me and give us a team opportunity as a team to win a championship. Or there's an altercation in the locker room or something gets said. And then you say, let's not forget, bro ain't start going off till big bro got there. There was only 20 touchdowns passing the year before he got there, and it suddenly jumped to 37. It was Josh Allen is full of potential and could possibly be to Josh Allen as an MVP candidate and the second best quarterback in the world behind Patrick Mahomes. See, those were the conversations that started because of Stefon Diggs. There's a Stefon Diggs trade rule now. And no, it's not an official trade rule. It's when A.J. Brown goes to Jalen Hurts, what do we say? Oh, he can have that Stefon Diggs effect. When Tyreek Hill goes with Tua Tagovailoa, what do we say? Oh, he can have that Stefon Diggs effect. Because now everybody's looking for that number 1 receiver to help a young quarterback become who he could potentially be. And so now what we're getting is Stefon Diggs is saying all the things that we do not know whether or not Stefon Diggs feels. But we know this, if he felt them, he wouldn't be wrong.
But if Stefon Diggs wanted to make sure that everything was copacetic in his locker room, he would have came out and said, I believe in Josh Allen. I am not disgruntled. He didn't refute anything that his brother said, and that lets us know that he feels that way.
Did he lie?
No, I didn't say I didn't say he did.
Ain't lying.
I didn't say.
We know he ain't lying.
We didn't say.
Whoa. Wait. We know Stefon Diggs ain't lying. Stefon Diggs is a good brother. He just gets frustrated. He just needs to act. He just needs to diversify his acting out because he's used the same blueprint. You know, and it's a rerun. It's a rerun.
Oh.
He just needs to be a bit more creative. Why don't you come in and let me talk to you, Steph? Give me a call and stuff like that. We'll work on your creativity and coming up with different ways to say the same thing. That's all.
The Stephen A. Smith Show.